Welcome to my presentation on sprinkler irrigation. Introduction. Irrigation is the way in which humans artificially water crops. It avoids the unreliability of waiting for rain to fall. Types of irrigation include surface irrigation, localized irrigation, drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, center pivot irrigation, lateral move irrigation, sub-irrigation, and manual irrigation. I will be discussing sprinkler irrigation. What is this technology? This technology is the XL Wobbler, manufactured by the Senegal Company. The XL Wobbler comes in 9 different nozzle sizes, with each having the option of mid-angle or high-angle sprayer heads. The pressure ranges from 10 to 25 pounds per square inch, with a spraying diameter from 32 feet to 46.5 feet. The XL Wobbler is designed to spray water over a large area at low pressure with a uniform pattern of spraying. Senegal also manufactures impact sprinklers, misters, micro sprinklers, non-impact sprinklers, controllers, software, and other components for irrigation. How does the technology work? The sprinkler head is grooved so that the water is evenly distributed over the land and spins in a circular motion. This technology works by attaching it to a pipe or a hose to the nozzle and turning on the water to irrigate land. This technology's concept is very simple, but seems to work well. It works similarly to the sprinklers we have at home. This sprinkler is just scaled up in size to irrigate more land. How is this technology used? What is its application? This technology is used to irrigate large pieces of land economically and evenly. If a farmer is looking for an irrigation system that sprays water in consistent patterns over large distances, using the lowest amount of pressure possible, then they would choose the XL Wobbler. It marks all those boxes and is designed for many different types of crops. What I can see the best use for these sprinklers would be on large pieces of land growing vegetables or fruits that would evenly irrigate the fields in a drier climate such as California, Nevada, or Arizona. But I could also see this system being used in wide greenhouses irrigating the same crops that I mentioned earlier. Financial costs and savings. The XL Wobbler sprinkler head costs $12.25 each. This is a great price considering the square footage that is able to be irrigated by this sprinkler and the consistency it produces. There are other parts that will need to be considered, like connectors and piping or tubing required to deliver the water, but any irrigation system would need to have those added. The cost per acre could only be accurately measured if you knew exactly what type of crop that you are planting and the distance between each sprinkler. Those are up to the discretion of the individual farmer. The XL Wobbler also comes with a 2-year warranty. This means that the company is very confident that their product will last a long time and that it can last through multiple seasons. This would save the farmer from having to buy new sprinkler heads every season. They also mentioned that their sprinkler heads require very low maintenance when compared to drip irrigation. This means less breakdowns occur. Labor costs and savings. Because the system requires very little components, it is easy to install for the farm owner or farm worker, saving time and labor. A drip irrigation system, on the other hand, takes a lot of time to install and maintain. The drip irrigation emitters also tend to clog up if something passes through the filter and into the emitter head, increasing labor required for repairs, unlike the XL Wobbler. The article mentions that when comparing the maintenance and labor of both the Wobbler sprinkler and the impact sprinkler, both were about the same. If I wanted to install a sprinkler system for my garden or crops, I would choose the XL Wobbler because of its low maintenance and ease of installation. And because this system is durable, it could easily be disassembled and reassembled every year with most of the components still intact, leaving less work for the next season. Social costs and savings. The Wobbler sprinklers help to save more water when compared to impact sprinklers. This would leave more water available for the public to use. Less water is wasted when it is sprayed by these sprinklers, as the manufacturer states that they have low evaporation and wind drift rates. This is great as more water that is not wasted can be used for other purposes. Ecological costs and savings. These sprinklers use more water than drip irrigation, but use less than impact sprinklers. Because this system saves more water than an impact sprinkler, more water is conserved for wildlife. Allowing more water to be sent downriver would increase the plant life, making areas around rivers and streams look even greener and healthier. It is also easier to recycle when compared to drip irrigation, and is reusable if not damaged. I wouldn't want to install a drip irrigation system if it was difficult to recycle or had lots of waste at the end. Ethical costs and savings. People nowadays seem to be concerned with habitat destruction, water conservation, and recyclability of waste materials to be an important thing to consider when making decisions and purchases. The XL Wobbler hits all of those topics. It saves more water than an impact sprinkler and much better than flood irrigation, leading to increased flow down rivers and streams, increasing wildlife and plant life numbers, and it is easy to recycle and turn into new irrigation systems. The one ethical issue that this sprinkler does not fully solve is water usage. The amount of water that it uses is not as low as drip irrigation systems. This is an issue that farmers must face, but sometimes they must deal with in order to be able to recycle and reuse their irrigation systems and irrigate their crops economically. Who is this technology used by? The company conducted site studies and saw increases in yields and decrease in water usage for banana farms in Ghana, sugarcane farms in Guatemala, apple farms in Austria, and sugarcane farms in South Africa. In the video, they also showed images of the XL Wobbler irrigating celery, potatoes, cabbage, carrots, lettuce, Chinese cabbage, and germinating seeds. If I had a large garden, I would use this sprinkler to water my garden, as it seems to be able to handle a great variety of different crops. If I had an orchard of fruit trees, I would also consider using this system. What problem does the technology solve? This technology solves multiple issues that both drip irrigation and impact sprinkler irrigation systems cause. Drip irrigation has many issues, such as high installation effort, needs to have a filtration system to prevent clogging of emitters gets clogged with debris, need to be maintained more frequently, do not irrigate plants uniformly or well enough, it is difficult to recycle once finished, and it is difficult to reuse. Some issues that affect impact sprinklers include high water pressure required leading to more energy used, uneven water distribution patterns, and poor water efficiency. The XL Wobbler does not have those issues or has less of an impact on normal operation. What are the pros and cons of the technology? The pros of this technology include low emitter pressure required, easy installation, filtration system is not required, very little maintenance, uniformly distributes water over fields, large irrigation radius, easy to recycle and reuse for the next season, low price, and has good water efficiency. Some cons include more water used than drip irrigation, and more effort is required to install when compared to flood irrigation. But overall, this is a great system that solves a lot of issues in irrigation. Conclusion. I would recommend this type of irrigation for people who have large acreage or large gardens, as this technology has a wide sprinkler radius. It is easy to install and cheap to buy the parts for it. If drip irrigation is not an option and an impact sprinkler is too inconsistent, then a XL Wobbler sprinkler irrigation system is a good, practical choice. It can be used in almost any country and almost any climate. Here are my references.